Hello everyone, Richard here for more Panzer Corps Ultimate Mode. This is Orel. So, this is probably the most fun I've ever had with a map in Panzer Corps. Not because I achieved great things, like in terms of the objectives, but because of the sheer number of units I destroyed. If this was historical reality, the Germans would have won. That is how much. It is wild how many units I destroyed on this map. So this is the point where I start to transition away from, well, can I achieve decisive victories, or can I grab as many objectives as possible? I am transitioning to, can I kill as many units as possible? I'm changing the objective function to, I want to maximize kills per turn if I can. And on this map, there's a lot of opportunities to do that. So my approach is kind of like Soren's, but it's very different in key ways, because I'm not really going for a decisive. So what happens is he establishes a bridgehead here that's extremely strong, and he systematically mows units down. He cleans this up real quick, rails down a bunch of artillery, and a few units come into here and hold this region. Now, I am going to be kind of like that, but the difference is I only bring a few artillery pieces down here, and it's kind of a problem that by design, I'm not holding this region. I'm kind of holding it, and then I'm retreating and building a cocoon in this area and trying to systematically clean up any units I find. It was very, very slow. It's the weakest part of my plan. I did eventually get this objective, but I didn't get this one. I wouldn't be shocked if Bracada or Goose found massive improvements. But to compensate, so this was on purpose. I purposely made the defense in this area reliant on the auxiliary units, mostly. And I did that because I really wanted to have an extremely strong, super crazy, powerful flanks, I believe is the word I'm looking for. I wanted something so strong it made the enemy shit itself. And it actually worked, I have to admit. I put all of my Tigers backed up by anti-aircraft guns, and almost every big gun that I had in my possession was in this area, and I had a few infantry floating around in this region. And what ends up happening is I completely smash the Air Force. So this arrangement is ideal for controlling the air battle. And I did a pretty good job. I think a few planes, like maybe one plane escaped and came back. But when you control the air, the battle it's already over, essentially. You just have to systematically grind everybody down, because these Tiger tanks are experienced, they have heroes. Many of them have defense heroes. So, the enemy doesn't want to fuck around with them. So, basically, they rush forward, and then they stop, because they have no openings. And then Rudel takes out, so Rudel takes out, like, artillery first, which takes a while, and then, Rudel, all the tactical bombers will focus on the tanks after that. And then you just safely, systematically kill X number of units every turn, and it worked really well. I do get forces down here to guard this hex. I found if I tried to play a game with my scout where I pull back and then I retake it, it doesn't work. I don't have enough firepower to beat back the tanks. So instead, I played the game on this hex, but I put infantry in here. And it was necessary to kind of keep them bottled up and prevent the southern group from getting overwhelmed. And eventually, after I grind all of this out, we swing around and we can clean up. I did try to take more of the map, but it was really difficult to time that right, because it does take a while to clean this up. So I was a little slow. So instead, what happens is some of my forces rush south to cock block some of the units coming this way, and the rest of my units being slow was beneficial because I can kind of ambush rushing units, and I did so much destruction. It was wild how many units I destroyed. I believe I took out every armored unit, and I think there's 41 on this map. So I averaged 3 armored units per turn getting destroyed. I believe that's how many there were. I might have to count it up. I also destroyed, I think, most of their planes. There might have been one that escaped. I wiped out almost all of their infantry in all 3 waves. I think that like there was 4 or 5 that survived. And I destroyed most of their artillery as well. In fact, out of the waves that were mobile, I think only 6 units survived. I did not realize I was going to kill this many units in 14 turns. My mind was blown when I looked at the death. If you look at how many units are on the map at the start, and then you look at how many are on the map at the end, I can't believe how many I killed. So this was a lot of fun, and a marginal victory is super easy here. I didn't get a couple of major objectives that I probably, with perfect planning, I probably could have gotten. But my concern wasn't so much prestige from taking objectives. I just wanted to kill things because I'm trying to get heroes and experience. And I got Novotny pretty close to 3 stars here. Novotny will be 3 stars after the next battle, which is great because then my air force is even stronger. I don't know if there's any feats of strength outside of the fact that my corps kicked ass. Yeah, I have Pine here. I also set a trap and it works. Don't be shocked to see Ricotta or Goose do the same thing. And the trap is that Stug is way too tempting for infantry to not eat. And I have a lot of artillery here whose purpose is to help kill that other infantry. And then, I think I try to kill that at some point. So I have an entire fleet of Tiger tanks, and even on ultimate mode, experienced Tiger tanks are scary for the enemy. I also have my flak designed to protect all of my tanks. Oh yeah, that's how I finished it off. Yeah. Okay. I have Oladir preparing to guard my northern flank in the forest. I have some mountain troops preparing to make a very solid barrier in the south. I ship my Stugs down. I don't really want them involved in heavy combat. I don't know how they would do against T-34s, but I figured guarding bridge hexes is perfect for the Stugs. And I think that was a good assessment. I just wish that there had been more fighting. Like, I wish they would replace the infantry with some T-34s so my Stugs could actually be effective. Whoops, ambush. That will work every time. The other thing is I switched it out so that the bomber attacks my defense +4 Tiger, which gives you a good chance of not taking damage. Other Tigers were taking damage. That was the switcheroo I did. There are so... Look at all these armored units. I wipe it all out. I wipe out all those armored units. I'm pretty sure. I don't know. Like, I know it sounds absurd that you could do that in ultimate mode, but I did it. The other trick is Soren doesn't commit his Air Force, so the Spags just come right in front of your face and you kill them. So then your Air Force just has a field day killing things. That was infantry attacking my Stug. That didn't go well for them. So much infantry. This is an appalling... You know, if I were to convert this to numbers, I feel like I killed 200,000 men. It was a slaughter how many infantry units I took out. I don't know what would have happened if all of these units had activated at once. That would have been insane. I don't think I could have done this then. So here's the thing. I have all of my flak here, which is perfect because there is so much to kill. So there's another bomber that's free to go attack things. So I need to kill the flak this turn. Here comes Oladir. I'm just really trying to kill that flag. And I got it. So, with both flak down, this situation... This is not what... I don't think the developers wanted it to be this easy to crush this massive attack, but I have three tactical bombers and helmet lent, and it is pretty crazy what they ended up doing to the enemy. So I'm getting my backup infantry to help me out. Oh, you thought you were gonna attack me? Oh, that was nice of you. So there's more planes coming, right? So many planes coming. And then this beautiful ambush. This is why I have so much flak. You know, Goose is constantly wondering, why are you bringing so much flak? Why are you bringing so much flak? I need this flak to completely control the air war. If there's anything that I am going to do in this grand campaign, is I'm going to make sure that I am the one that controls the air, not the enemy. Because most of the damage that I take that costs a lot of prestige comes from bombers. If I remove that element, I might actually be able to afford to survive. And now, 1943 is the year I think this is going to start paying off. I'm very, very happy with... I will point out, Soren brought 4 air units, or 4 anti-aircraft guns as well to this battle. And he had an even easier time with the air, but that was just because that was on Rommel. I didn't have any issues, though. Overall, I just crushed the Air Force. So now I'm going after all this artillery. I have to go after the KV because the KV does a lot of suppression. So in order to force surrenders on those T-34s, the KV's got to be crippled. It's really hard to force it to surrender. But by weakening it, it's no longer a threat. And that's okay. It'll be easier to force the surrender next turn. And then, look at this sneaky move. I've secured my southern flank there. That was nice. So now I just need to cripple the artillery. And the strategy of pinning the artillery is very effective. So I'm setting up an ambush there because I think that tank is gonna say, "Hey, there's a victory objective." It's not an ambush, but it's not gonna be a good attack. I have artillery support coming, but it's a little slow. What I didn't anticipate was that the enemy was going to ignore where all the juicy stuff was. That was problematic. Yeah, and the enemy is looking at my Tiger tanks going, what am I supposed to do? So I took 2 damage from that plane. That was unexpected and kind of sucky. Now the Spag is moving north. That's annoying. Double artillery on the artillery is a good way to pull infantry in. And I have paratroopers flying south. I have have a Tiger tank that's coming out to kind of help me. I'm surrounding that T-34 so it won't reinforce. And now I'm abandoning my position because my anti-tank gun isn't holding the line. Force the T-34 back. And just hold the line. So with that KV out, this cripples the suppression fire for the enemy. Setting it up so that the SPAG can't get to me. So I wasn't anticipating, as you can see, I inefficiently killed things, but that was on purpose. I wasn't trying super hard to be a map wiper. I just wanted to kill things. So if these guys reinforced over and over again, it's just more stuff for me to kill, is the way I saw it. And I didn't realize that the final attack wave was going to activate so early, which actually worked out in my favor. So I could kill more things. So I didn't know that, you know, I was just killing things for fun here. This was a really weird move from my perspective. Why did it attack the fort? So, you know, auxiliary units dying. Then luck for the AI again. So I have a Tiger tank that's gonna try to help out. Another SPAG is gone. I'm preparing for the fact that I didn't remember that paratroopers dropped in the back, so I'm preparing. I'm getting all of the infantry I can find to build a wall for me and have the thugs guard the bridges. Can't complain about the thugs. I'm very proud of how they did. Just mowing them down. Now, what's amazing to me is this was a highly inefficient kill cycle. But I still took out all the armored units on the map. I mean, what the fuck? I don't even... the sheer number of kills on this map is a war crime. Some of those units I didn't kill fully reinforced. Whoops, a spag got through, but, you know, it happens. It's really difficult. The spag didn't get ambushed, and that was super annoying. So the artillery is gone. Another initiative hero for my tactical bombers. I have plans for those, but I'll go over that much later. There's a reason I keep playing with these guys. I'm gonna do something I don't think anyone's ever done before. Man, helmet length. So, I was preparing to move onto the objectives because I clearly crushed that northern counterattack. But I think I would have been better off not doing that and still going into the south to help clean that up better. That's an improvement that I could have done. But the spag I can deal with now. It's harmless. I love this combo. I just keep funneling the infantry in there. And that was an unnecessary attack, but I keep funneling the infantry in there, and they die. Oh, another ambush. Nice. Because they can see the artillery. Interesting. I think that's Bar that's taking him out. My scout is doing a really good job of cleaning up. Can't complain. And then my anti-aircraft comes forward and has a field day again. I gotta start attempting something with these with these T-34s. Look at these stugs, man. That was really bad roll, but still, you know, holding it together. Using my Italians to draw fire. My experiments with pushing on met with disaster. The mountain units, despite having 3 stars of experience, are not good enough to beat back tanks attacking them in the city. So I think that might be a byproduct of Pioneers, or it might be a byproduct... Yeah, it's got to be Pioneers that do that, because they have high close defense. Another Italian unit goes down. The good news is they are running out of armor in the south, so, you know, and I've got my studs there to help out, and 2 tigers. Look at this combo. Another tank down. So after realizing that I couldn't advance forward, now I gotta kind of... I didn't realize it until here, but I need to pull back, actually. To set up the ambushes. Because there's a lot of stuff coming. I did get that airfield, which was convenient. So on turn 8, they activate. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's something like, what, 10 armored units? There might be more than that. Yeah, and there's 3 artillery. That did a lot of damage to me. But the combat was worth it. More combat. Another T-34 down. I had this whole system as a funnel. And look at my scout. Yeah, this is a well-oiled machine. You know, it looks like I was complaining about the south, but I did kill a lot of units. It wasn't max efficiency, but it was pretty good. I was complaining about my stugs, but man, I think my stugs were really busy. Maybe it was in like the final 5 turns, or the final 4 turns. I didn't have a lot for them to do. I just didn't have enough artillery down there. Oh. Nice ambush. There's like, what, 12 or 13 armored units? It's pretty gross. And there's guards rushing forward. I think I killed most of them. We'll have to count up how many are left. Yep, another paratrooper went down. I made the mistake of putting the anti-aircraft there. I didn't need to worry about the Air Force here, so I took some damage I didn't need to. Another infantry. I think that was guards. I have to start damaging that artillery. I thought the artillery wouldn't move. But... oh, and there was another one. Yeah. There's too much artillery. That should be an ambush. Look at all this armor. So, like, in 5 turns, I wiped out 13 armored things. This, I was surprised this didn't work. That was a purposeful trap. And, that infantry, and then I forgot they were 2-star guards. So you have to put, like, 3 pieces of artillery on those guys to stop 2-star guards. That was a trap, and it worked, but I took some damage. And these, you know, Italian units are constantly drawing the enemy in, which is nice. And then, yeah, that was an undamaged artillery. That's why it hit me. I had to stick that in there because my tanks couldn't get in. Because I have to protect my artillery that the enemy can see. So that will be an expensive repair. The other mistake I made is I didn't block that tank. I should have blocked the tank, and I would have saved some more damage. Another surrender. Now I have to damage that KB who's gonna wreck my artillery piece. Then I forgot to hit that T-34, which would have weakened it. My scout cleaning up again. Quite proud of it. Just when you think there's no more tanks arrive. Yeah, if I had damaged that T-34, that wouldn't have gone so bad. I had to reload only one time here. But that bought me the time I needed to clean this up. So, no regrets. If I had blocked the T-34, this wouldn't have happened either. I made a lot of mistakes. I did that so I could force a tiger to surrender. And just ping-ponging all the time. So that T-34 is toothless. Oladir is kicking ass up here, cleaning up these guards. Another guards went down. Every time I kill a guard, an angel gains its wings. So I drained that of ammo, crippled the T-34. Most of their armor is gone. Another Italian unit dies. Another Italian unit dies. Brutal. I just want these guys to go on the river so I can kill them. It's just more guards. There's so many guards. Man, I'm actually getting a lot of value out of my stugs. I can't complain. I should have stuck the stug in there, because if I had done that, I might have gotten that hex. I'm running out of ammo. There's just too much to kill. I think I could have drained that Katusha rocket of ammo, and then I could have blocked spawning there, and I would have had an outside chance of getting that hex. Look at this extra ambush I didn't even ask for. I think the enemy bought 4 units. By clearing the tank out, my infantry can go finish off that guy. So, I think, yeah, I killed the entire Air Force. And there's not a single armored unit left. And, actually, they bought that. So, of the original attack group, this 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 units survived of the original attack group. And this is just stuff that they bought. That is... wow. That's really, really impressive. And with more efficiency, I probably could have wiped out everything. But that's pretty wild. Look at how much stuff I killed. I think that was 41 armored units. So let me know what you think of that in the comments, and it's